Varsity Club, how are you guys doing? Today is a special day because it is the start of my Madden NFL 20 franchise mode featuring Cincinnati Bengals. The only twist is we're not going to be in Cincinnati very long, as I'm going to relocate this franchise, which has been abysmal. My apologies to the Bengals fans. Your team, your franchise has just not been good. It is time to move them. Maybe it's somewhere close, maybe it's somewhere far, but we got to make them a whole lot better really quickly. So I plan on cranking out a ton of franchise episodes, so if you guys want to see a bunch of these, make sure you guys crush the like button. Let's go for 2,000 likes in the video, and don't forget to subscribe because that way you don't miss out on a single episode. Now, there's a lot that we have to do here, but Andy Dalton going to be gone. Giovanni Bernard probably stays maybe a backup. I think Joe Mixon will be our starter. He is coming off the injury list, I think, at that point. AJ Green is a stud. I would love to keep him, but if an opportunity comes up to trade him for some young draft picks and the draft class is looking good, we might have to go ahead and move him. On defense, a couple of guys that I want to keep are going to be Bates and obviously William Jackson. Lawson, Atkins, and Dunlap, I'm indifferent. If the right opportunity comes up to trade them, similar to AJ Green, I might move them for draft picks, but you at least want to see how they perform. Now, one of the big things that pops up is AJ Green wants to go ahead and negotiate his deal. At a 90 overall, he's been a captain on our team for a long time, still is a superstar X factor. He's the guy that I honestly want to keep. He's only looking for a 3-year, $10.5 million deal with a minimum signing bonus of almost $5 million. I don't really hate that. I think that's an offer that we can go ahead and make him. So we make it to him. The man wants more money. He told me that's what he wanted. Back to the drawing board. Another guy looking for a contract is going to be Tyler Eifert. This is a guy that gets injured a lot. We're going to try to offer him the contract that he wants. He says he'll take it. I'm going to move him out of here because he gets injured way too much, but at least we have him locked up for trade bait. So we go back to the drawing board with AJ Green and we offer him $11 million, $4.85 million for a signing bonus, which gets him a little under $48 million. That's what he wanted, and we got him locked up for 3 more seasons. It's time to pick the city that we're going to move Cincinnati to, and again, it could be a big move or a small move. We'll figure it out. London, Mexico City, Toronto, San Antonio, Orlando, Salt Lake City, Brooklyn, Memphis, Chicago, Sacramento, Columbus, Portland, Austin, and I believe Dublin was the last one there with Houston, OKC. I don't know if we've even repeated these. San Diego, St. Louis, Las Vegas. Okay, back to all of them. These are essentially the same cities we have seen in years past. You can kind of see right there, it tells you if you go to London, you get the Bulldogs, the Monarchs, the Black Knights. Mexico City has the Diablos, Conquistadors, Golden Eagles. A lot of different teams. I've previously done Toronto before. I've done San Antonio before in a different season. I think I've done maybe Brooklyn at one point as well, but the team that we're endly going to choose is going to go to Columbus and move Cincinnati just a little bit over to another city in Ohio. Now, the update on Tyler Boyd is we now are offering him a little bit more money to put him over $43 million for his total contract. The perfect offer. We've got him locked up. Now, for the team branding, we could go with the Bengals, which I feel like would just make a lot of people even more angry than they already are. They're moving the team. The Aviators, because of the affiliation with the Wright brothers and Lonnie Carmen. Caps, capital of Ohio, represent Ohio that way. That logo's kind of retro. I kind of don't hate it. Or the Explorers, which blaze a trail and picked his name. I think we're going with the Explorers here. You guys tell me in the comments down below. Did I choose the right one? Did I choose the wrong one? Explorers, though, will be what we are. Now, arguably, one of the biggest decisions we have to make is what our uniforms are ultimately going to look like. We have option 1, we have option 2, and we have option 3. I think what we're probably, these are actually kind of cool, but I think I'm going to go, oh, this is actually kind of tough. You know what? We're going to be bold. We're going to be bold. We're going to rock option number 3. This is going to be the move. And the last big decision we have is to make a stadium option be chosen. So I think we're just going to go all the way over. Honestly, traditional stadium's not bad. The Sphere, I want to play outdoors. Obviously, we're in Cincinnati. I want to see some snow. The hybrid's okay. The futuristic stadium is what we're going to ultimately go and choose. Now, at the moment, we're a bottom 5 team, which is perfect. I want to lose a whole lot of games, and honestly, Andy Dalton is not part of my future plans, so I want to get him up out of here. Miami has tons of cap space. Their number 1 need is a quarterback. They got a lot of them on the roster, but none of them are quite to their expectations, and they have the number 2 pick, potentially, at this point of the draft. We're going to go ahead and trade Andy Dalton, hopefully to Miami. Let's see how close we are to getting this to work. Okay, we got to give him a little bit more. To try to make this work, because I want to actually get it to work, we're going to have Dalton, Lawson, the 3rd rounder for their 2nd, and their 1st. The 2nd is a future 2nd, mind you, so we'll see how they feel about that. We finally got it to work. Now, if you think that was a little bit too much, here's why I want to try to get one of those top draft picks right now. Jason Smith as a middle linebacker is a guy that I think would be really special, but I was looking at the quarterback position. James Bauer looks like he could be pretty good out of Ohio. Andrew Beal is apparently trash. This guy, though, Damian Telfer, He's got basically an A+ for throw power, A for throw on the run, and A- for short accuracy. He's pretty similar to Bauer, but I like that he has accuracy up here as one of his top things. I'm excited to see what this guy can do. A strong arm like that should be interesting. And he's a scrambler, which I'm a big fan of. Grant Dempsey seems pretty good too. So if I can get one of those 3 out of 4 top quarterbacks, I'll be pretty happy. Now, our team currently has only one quarterback and he's not very good. So rather than sign Brock Osweiler and just hate myself for signing him, I'm going to sign Josh Dobbs, give him an opportunity to go out here and shine. Josh Dobbs, probably the smartest dude in the NFL, get him to a 1-year deal. Now, the Buffalo Bills are one of the few teams that are listing a tight end as being one of their top priorities. So we're going to try to trade Tyler Eifert to them for their top 10 pick. Close, but no cigar. Let's throw it a little bit more in to see if we can get it. And we have a 4th round draft pick we're going to try to throw in and make it a little bit closer. That one's going to work. So Eifert and his injuries are out of here, unfortunately, but we did get a top 10 potential draft pick. Now, the yearly awards are here, and let's see who won the MVP. It was Mr. Andrew Luck with Drew Brees, Zeke Elliott. Lamar Jackson got 4th. I mean, that dude is coming along pretty well right now. He's an 80 overall at the moment. Coach of the year goes to Sean Payton. On the AFC side of things, we're going to see Offensive Player of the Year is Luck. Defensive Player of the Year is Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, I see you. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Hollywood Brown. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Devin Bush from my Pittsburgh Steelers. Best quarterback goes to Andrew Luck. Best running back goes to Le'Veon Bell. He proved all the haters wrong. Your best receiver goes to Julian Edelman. Your best offensive lineman goes to Mitchell Schwartz. Best D lineman, J.J. Watt. Best linebacker, Jadeveon Clowney. Best DB, Quincy Wilson. Best kicker, Randy Bullock. On the NFC side, Zeke Elliott gets your Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to none other than Kyler Murray. I think we all kind of imagine that. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Sean Murphy Bunting. See your best quarterback go to Drew Brees. That's the running back to Zeke. That's the receiver to Michael Thomas. Not really surprised there. That's offensive lineman Zach Martin. That's D lineman Aaron Donald. That's linebacker Khalil Mack. That's DB Byron Jones. And if you care about the kickers again, Jake Elliott. Look at the standings of the NFL. The Saints, the Chiefs, the Patriots, Chargers, and Colts were your top 5 teams. The Giants, oddly enough, we're 10-6 without Odell Beckham Jr., which is kind of weird. Titans played well. The Browns made the playoffs. Imagine that. Ravens, Bills, Jets, Packers, Rams. Where are my Steelers at? 21st. I'm not surprised. 7-9 is probably a realistic record for us this year. The Jags were 6-9. The Buccaneers, Bears. The Bears were 6-10. Kind of surprised by that. The Raiders 6-10. The Broncos 6-10. Bengals, we were 5-6. We had the 3rd worst record in the league. And the Dolphins had the worst. So we're going to be actually in a really good situation. We have the Dolphins pick, we have our pick, and I forgot who else we had, but we should at least have the 1st and 3rd pick overall. It's amazing. If you want to look at the stats really quickly, your top people basically across the board, Andrew Luck is going to be the best quarterback with 4,600 yards. He had 46 touchdowns, which is insane. Lamar Jackson, 37-15. He had a heck of a year. On the rushing side of things, Zeke Elliott had 1,700. You see Kamara 15, almost 1,600. Le'Veon Bell was there. Saquon, a lot of good people. Let's see who the most touchdowns. Kamara had 15 with Derrick Henry having 14. I mean, that dude was a goal line monster. From receiving side, Willie Snead, the 4th, came in with 1,300 yards receiving. He was Lamar Jackson's best target. Michael Thomas, though, 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns. Has to be the best in the league, I would imagine. Edelman had 16, which is probably why he was up there for receiver of the year. Corey Smith had a resurgence with 11. Amendola had 11. Cooper Kupp out here balling out. I mean, there were some receivers I didn't expect to ball out, but shout out to Willie Snead for getting a career year. From a tackle perspective, Josie Jewell led everybody with 141. I actually have no idea who that guy is. From a sacks leaderboard, we have Aaron Donald with 18.5. Clowney had 16.5. Mack had 15.5 with 93 tackles. I mean, some of these guys just absolutely balled out. Interception wise, you see the league leader was Corey Littleton with 5, tied with Quincy Wilson and Byron Jones. So for our team stats, Joshua Dobbs actually played pretty decent considering what he had on the actual roster. 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. I think we'll keep him on as a backup for sure. Going on to the rushing side, Mixon again was injured for the majority of the year, but when he did play, he had 885 yards, 5 touchdowns, not a ton, only 1 fumble. On the receiving side, Tyler Boyd led us all with 52 catches, 792 yards. AJ Green actually had more catches, but less yards, only 2 touchdowns for him. Tyler Boyd had 8 touchdowns. Zuma played pretty well, but again, we traded Tyler Eifert, so you have to imagine he had some. John Ross, 51 catches for 4 touchdowns. I don't hate that either. And on the defensive side, Preston Brown, 105 tackles, basically led everybody. Drake Kirkpatrick had 98 tackles as a corner. Seeing two corners have that many tackles is a little scary, which means we got passed all over. Our sack leader was Carlos Dunlap. Again, we traded Lawson, so he probably would have had a lot too. Geno Atkins played pretty well this year. Jordan Willis had 3. And then our interception leader is going to be Preston Brown with 2. Our secondary needs a lot of work. Now we are in the offseason. Free agency has opened up, so it's time to see who we can sign, maybe improve this team. Again, the quarterback spot, there's somebody there, I might take him, but ultimately there's a couple of guys I'm targeting in the draft, which we'll talk about here next. Now, a guy I want to get rid of for salary cap reasons is Dre Kirkpatrick. He's making over $8 million a year. It's a 75 overall. The Chiefs' #1 need is a corner. Let's see if we can actually get them to bite on this trade. Oh my God, we robbed them. A 2nd round draft pick. I'll take that. Now, free agency is ready to go, and there's some big name players out here. Kareem Hunt is going to be available. Look, I have Joe Mixon. I don't want to tie up a ton of money on a running back right now. Kendall Fuller, I'm intrigued on, but he's going to cost me a pretty penny as well. We only have 22 million in cap space. I think I'm going to try to target a couple of receivers, though. Let's see who we got. Josh Gordon and Willie Snead are available. I'm going to try to get one of them for sure. After having our contracts rejected by both Josh Gordon and Willie Snead, we go in and try to get Jonathan Jones at corner, and we get him to help us out a little bit there. David Moore rejects our contract pretty quickly, and Clint Bowling also rejected our contract. So ultimately, we kind of chilled on free agency. We got a couple of people, but not really a lot, and that's okay because we're going to build through the draft ultimately. Now, Kareem Hunt goes to the Texans, so him and Deshaun Watson are going to be a nasty combo with obviously Hopkins. Kendall Fuller goes to the Patriots. I don't understand how they keep having money for guys like that. Eric Ebron, the Panthers. Yannick Ngakoue goes to the Jets. Mike Daniels, you can see Ryan Shazier goes to the Washington Racial Slurs. Nelson Aguilar goes to Baltimore after they lose Willie Snead, I'm assuming. Miles Jack to San Diego. Derrick Henry to Buffalo. I mean, there are some big moves overall. I don't know what you guys think is the most underrated pickup here, but there's some guys that I'm like, oh, Jason Verrett to the Colts. Josh Gordon went to the Colts. Okay, the Colts actually cleaned up a little bit. Dante Fowler Jr. to the Chargers. I just want to see where Willie Snead went. He also went to the Washington Racial Slurs. So a couple of teams stacked up with some people, but see what we can do in the NFL draft. So we have made it to the NFL draft, and as you guys know, we are the #1 team on the clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and make our selection here. I think I know where we're gonna go. At middle linebacker, we are basically trash. I think the ratings all the way in the far side of the screen are borked at the moment, but I don't really want a D tackle. I want a guy to help command our team, and I think Jason Smith is going to be that guy. He's a 6'3", 230-pound beast out here. He was #1 in the 40-yard dash vert jump. He was 3rd in the 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, and 2nd in the bench press. A+ hit power, A tackle, and A- awareness. I would think I'd be crazy if I didn't draft this guy, considering I have a lot of needs on defense. So we're going to get our captain on defense here in Jason Smith. 79 overall. I'm not mad at that at all. So this is actually kind of cool. So his development trait is actually hidden. It says play 500 downs with this player to unlock his potential. It's actually pretty cool. He's ranked #3 in the true talent overall, and I drafted him #1. So you say it's a reach, but in my opinion, that's not really a reach. 88 speed, 88 tackle, 94 hit power, 88 acceleration, 84 pursuit. Play rec is good. Awareness is really good. Jumping, injury, stamina, toughness, those are all good. Power moves are kind of trash. I think this is a solid pick. I think this is going to be the guy that'll help lead our team on defense, so I'm not mad at this pick at all. Now, the Vikings went ahead and took Raphael Thornton, which was the defensive tackle we said we ultimately didn't want, but he was the #1 rated player on the board, potentially also 79 overall. The 3rd overall pick, I'm debating between two guys. Manny Herrera obviously is a no. It's between D'Angelo Christian and Antoine Isaac. If you look at the ratings really quickly, we have a medium, an A for medium route, A- for short route, B+ for catching. He was 2nd in 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle and bench press. His 40-yard dash obviously isn't great. 39th for the wide receiver. At that point, if you go to Antoine Isaac, this guy is 6'4", so a few inches, actually like 4 inches taller. His 40-yard dash is a little bit faster. He was 5 spots ahead. His vert jump is 1st. His broad jump is 3rd. He was 6th in 3-cone, 9th in 20-yard shuttle, and 23rd for bench press. He's an A in catching traffic, an A- in release, an A- in medium route. This is the guy I'm going to go with because he's a little bit faster, a hair faster. He's taller, which I obviously want, and he's still a deep threat, just like the previous guy. I'm hoping I'm not risking the biscuit on this one. #1 in true talent, an 80 overall. I just got to find a quarterback now. Oh my God. 89 in speed. Okay, his speed is kind of trash. Acceleration is good. Catching traffic. Short, medium, and deep route are all good. Spectacular catches in 81 already. 85 release, 87 agility, 92 jumping. 84 elusiveness, 82 spin move. His injury's a little low at an 88. Actually, it's not really low. I guess it's okay. Stiff arms high. For me, this is a W. We have so far drafted the number 1 and the number 3 in true talent. I just got to find a quarterback. So we've advanced to pick number 19. The previous pick was Dono Pryor, the right outside linebacker for Wisconsin. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick. I'm hoping one of the quarterbacks is still on the board. The number 1 player on the board is Derek Thomas. But again, we have Joe Mixon, so we don't really need a running back in this case. James Bauer is still there. He's actually projected as a second rounder, but he's a first round talent. Damian Telfer is projected as a second round talent. He's a higher combine grade, so let's go ahead and check these guys out. All right, James Bauer, 6'2". Not really top 10 in too many things. He's got broad jump, 3-cone, and bench press for his top 10 opportunities, and 20-yard shuttle technically. He's really 11 and 13 in the others, so it's pretty close. A+ in throw accuracy short, A in throw power, and A in throw under pressure. Those are really good. Damian Telfer, A+ in throw power. I like that. Strong arm. Whoa. First in 40-yard dash, first in vert jump, third in 3-cone, broad jump is 5th, 20-yard shuttle is 4th. His bench press is 22nd. I don't really care if he's that strong. I'm going here. Did he have a higher? Here's my thing. Our next pick is 3rd in the 2nd round. I'm afraid a team reaches for him, even though he's a late 2nd rounder. Because I think both of these guys, early 2nd rounder and then a late 2nd rounder. I'm afraid if Bauer goes off the board, someone's going to take Telfer, because Andrew Beal appears to be not very good. They're saying he's an early 4th round talent. I'm going to go ahead and take Telfer here. I like the speed. I love scrambling quarterbacks. That's really my jam in Madden. We're going to take him 75 overall. This feels good. He looks like Ursula Ali there. So he's ranked 16th in true talent. We got him in 19, so technically not a reach. Is that a scrambler at UCF? Let's go ahead and look at his ratings. Please be good. 92 throw power, 77 deep accuracy, 81 for medium, 85 for short. His awareness is kind of trash. Throw on run is really high at 88. Throw under pressure is a 79. Break sacks is 78. 87 speed. Oh my god. 88 spin move, 94 injury, 97 stamina, 87 toughness. We just got our franchise quarterback. We're picking again here in round number 2. We have the 3rd overall pick there. There's a couple of receivers pretty high. Arthur Morse has one of the higher combine grades of the guys available. But I feel really good with AJ Green and got the guy we drafted, Antoine Isaac, maybe was his name. So we have a couple good players already. A lot of receivers still on the board. But down here is actually a right tackle. We are not very good at right tackle. This guy's a 6.5 combine grade. He's stupid high on pretty much everything. Top 5 and then 6 for the one that he's not. We're going to take him. Okay. You can't always be great. We reached on this one. What's his awareness? Did that drop him down? He's 72 awareness, 87 strength. Run block, pass block, all need a decent amount of work. His impact blocking is good down the field. He's a project. Our offensive line is trash, but this guy could be good. Maybe down the field. He's got developing at a normal rate, so he should be okay. So in the 2nd round at pick 31, there are a lot of people that are still available. Johnny McDonald seems to be one of the higher rated players here. I'm probably going to go here, left outside linebacker. I think we have a pretty solid one already, but he's top 10 in a lot of things, and we'll risk it. 67 overall. We reached again, just barely though. Develops at a normal rate. 6'1", 250, 85 speed, 81 acceleration. His awareness is really low, so we get that up. He probably has a higher overall. But his hit power and stuff, not great. Pursuit's okay. Not the best pick, but I mean, we hit on our first, 2 out of our 3 draft picks or whatever that was. Like, I don't hate this draft pick. We're back up to pick in the 5th round, and honestly, I want to try to trade for a future draft pick. So the Jags are offering us a 4th rounder next year. That might be one of our better options. That was a 7th rounder. Yeah, we're gonna go with the 4th rounder for the Jags and get that pick out of here. And honestly, looking at some of the rest of the draft picks, I think we're gonna be trading those too. There's not a ton of talent on the board, so rather than just guess on some of these, I'm gonna go ahead and trade. The Bills offer a 5th rounder. I'm looking for a 4th. The Saints offer a 4th next year. A 4th by the Rams. The Saints actually did really well this year, so we might take the Rams at this point. The Falcons have a 4th rounder. I think we actually... Colts have a lot of free agency picks. Let's go with the Falcons pick. It's a guessing game to see who will be worse this point, but we'll trade that away too. And for our 7th round draft pick, that one's going to be traded as well. The 49ers are probably going to be a mess, so we're going to trade that to them. So here's a look at our rookie draft class. Overall, I'm really happy. We got a 79 for our middle linebacker. We got Antoine Isaac, which I remembered his name surprisingly. An 80 overall, our best player by far. We got Damian Telfer, a 75 overall quarterback. Low awareness, but really good attributes across the board. Harry Cotton was the guy that we took at right tackle, 67. Donnie McDonald, a left outside linebacker, 67. So overall, I feel like we hit pretty well. We just got to make sure we get these guys the opportunity, develop their traits, and we should be okay. So for episode 1, we have assembled our team, our offensive line. 70s across the board except for at right tackle. There's some work to be done there. We have our franchise quarterback. Hopefully we'll find out here soon. Joe Mixon at running back. We put Corey Grant as our backup running back to help spell him a little bit. The dude is super fast, so I figured he'd be our change of pace guy. We have AJ Green, Antoine Isaac, and then our number 2 receiver, obviously, is Mr. Tyler Boyd. On defense, we've gotten marginally better in a couple of areas. Jesse Bates III is still our starting free safety. We have Jefferson, Smith, and then Preston Brown moved from middle linebacker over here to left outside linebacker. Williams is our starting safety. And over here on the left side, we have William Jackson as our number 1. Sam Hubbard at right end, Geno Atkins, a defensive tackle, Billings, a defensive tackle on the other side, and then Carlos Dunlap is our left end. So a lot of pressure, I think, on the defensive line. We could get a little bit better there, but still, it's a little bit better than last season. We have Jonathan Jones as our cornerback number 2, and then number 3 is Darquez Denard. We ended up trading, obviously, as you guys saw, one of our corners in the offseason. So the team is officially moved to Columbus. We have gotten better in some areas and maybe you could argue worse in some areas. But I want to know what you guys think for season number 1. What is our record going to be? Who's going to be our breakout player? Did we make the right draft picks? What do you guys think overall? I need to know in the comments down below, and we'll find out in the next episode.